Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the quirky world of automotive history. Imagine it's the early 1930s, the economy is struggling, and you're trying to make the best out of what you've got. But hey, who says you can't add a touch of style to your ride? Enter the Goliath Pioneer, a three-wheeled, two-seater marvel that could be the perfect fit for anyone who's tired of the four wheels good, three wheels bad philosophy. This car is like the sneaky little sibling that shows up at a family reunion and everyone's like, "Wait, you're actually pretty cool." Before we dive into the specifications, let me ask, do you love classic, bizarre vehicles that were born out of necessity and a whole lot of innovation? If so, don't forget to hit that subscribe button because we've got plenty more mind-blowing gems where this came from. Now, let's get back to the Goliath Pioneer. Produced between 1931 and 1934, this unique little machine was a product of Goliath Worker Borgward & Co., with about 4,000 units being churned out during its short life. It was essentially the cool, budget-friendly alternative to the more traditional cars of the time. And let's be real, this car was like a mobile statement that said, "I may be small, but I'm mighty, and not afraid to look a little different while I'm at it." The Pioneer came with a choice of two single-cylinder two-stroke engines. The 98 cubic centimeters version cranked out a modest 5.5 horsepower, 4 kilowatts at 3,200 revolutions per minute, while the 247 cubic centimeters engine got a bit more punch at 6.7 horsepower, 5 kilowatts, and was slightly more muscular. That's still not enough to drag a dinosaur out of its grave, but for a lightweight three-wheeler, it got the job done. It had a 3-speed manual transmission that made you feel like you were driving a go-kart, but, one with an actual roof and a little bit more class. In terms of size, we're talking a length of 3,100 millimeters, 122 inches, and a width of 1,500 millimeters, 59 inches, with a wheelbase of 280 millimeters, 50.4 inches. It was a true microcar, tipping the scales at just 350 kilograms, 770 pounds when empty, or around 500 kilograms, 1,100 pounds when fully loaded, light enough to zip around and avoid the pesky traffic jams we still can't seem to escape today. What made the Pioneer stand out wasn't just its engine or size, though. It was the innovative design. The car had a timber frame, talk about vintage vibes, and its body was covered in synthetic leather fabric, making it feel like something straight out of a steampunk dream. In 1934, the Pioneer got a facelift with a sleek, streamlined rear end, though only a few hundred of these models were produced. And here's a kicker, you didn't even need a driver's license to roll around in the Pioneer. With Germany's introduction of mandatory driving licenses in 1909, most cars required a permit, but lightweight three-wheelers like this one were exempt, making it a perfect vehicle for the budget-conscious rebel looking for some freedom on the road without all the red tape. Unfortunately, the Pioneer's heyday was brief. By 1934, Germany's economic situation started to improve, and the demand for minimalist three-wheelers like the Pioneer dwindled. But here's the fun part. The Pioneer wasn't just a vehicle, it was a symbol of an era. It was about making the best out of tough times, and hey, it did that with a sense of flair. So while the Pioneer is long gone, it's still a fascinating part of automotive history, a symbol of innovation during tough economic times. And hey, if you want to keep the cool car stories rolling, consider becoming a sponsor of our channel. Just click the link below.